Yeah. Good Sunday evening, everybody, and we welcome you to coverage of Elevated TV and the Community Radio Network and season number 3 of the Leadfoot Racing League, presented by, of course, the fine folks at Eastern Technical Designs. And we are ready to roll for the lid lifter to kick off the 3rd season on this beautiful, beautiful layout. That is the Milwaukee Mile. I've been to this beautiful racetrack, the Milwaukee Mile, the Mile Racetrack in Wisconsin, and it is the site of the lid lifter, the starting of our Season 3 action. As again, tonight is our opener. It is the Eastern Technical Design 125 Iracing on, of course, Elevated TV and the Community Radio Network. I am Wesley Outland. Cody Deemers is alongside Scott Reeves and Scott Shive and Jacob Reeves are on assignment working with their regular lives or jobs, and they're not available to be here. So the producer, founder extraordinaire of Elevated TV, Cody, joins me in the booth. Cody, it's been a while since we've called a race together.
The last race we called together, Wesley, was the Christmas Clash back in December at Langley, when it was the last race me and you done together.
I'd say you don't love me anymore.
I'm just always so busy, man. It's life of real racing and, trying to keep elevated on top and, top tip shape. And it's just, and then, other natural disasters and there's that shot I was talking about, Wesley. That's a cool little shot to me for the out over the water tower.
It is, and believe it or not, that's actually a real view of the water tower down there, of course, at that racetrack. So, nonetheless, we're rocking and rolling. We're ready to go. Hopefully, you are as well. And my goodness, season number 3 of the Leadfoot Racing League, and I know that the Brown family have got to be excited. They got to be ecstatic. And what a car count number, Cody. Getting ready to line up here in just a few moments as qualifying is about to expire, my friend, and we're getting ready to go racing here.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about the car count, man. The car count is truly awesome to see these guys out here with the amount of cars they have as we're in qualifying here. And we see Jeffrey Crummer, Tricked Out Decals owner there, sitting on top of the board. And, Wesley, when we talked about it last season, it was, we had, 10 cars, and that was a good field. And now we're up to, I believe, 17, 18 cars in the lobby. So I'm excited. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, I think it really is, man, and we're really looking forward to it. As, again, we're watching qualifying, and I am so excited to see the numbers pick up. There was a time where we had maybe, sometimes 5 to 8 cars, and we said, man, that's one thing I know they said they wanted to do. They want to recruit. They wanted to build up the numbers for the season, and I think they've done just that as we now look at some of the awesome camera angles here at the Milwaukee Mile of drivers coming down the front straightaway. That's the number 83 machine of Brown. There, of course, is the Lenny Brown entry, the Eastern Technical Design, number 83. Hey, by the way, speaking of Eastern Technical Design, not only is a sponsor of the Leadfoot Racing League and Elevated TV, I'm excited to announce, Cody, that you'll be hearing Eastern Technical Design and what they're about on a lot of CRN broadcasts beginning in the fall, as they jumped on board as a sponsor of some CRN Friday Night Lights, Thursday Night Football this year. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, that's going to be cool seeing Eastern Technical Designs on the radio. That's a big step up. The radio, to me, the radio's never, I feel like social media would die before the radio would. The radio's been around for years.
Radio will never die. Sports radio, for that matter, will never die. You're exactly right.
Yeah, and I think, being on the radio it's amazing, man. I think that, that's going to be fun. That's going to help Eastern Technical Designs to get them out there. And I really think that's going to be a big step in the right direction for them.
Well, right now we're taking a look at, obviously, these drivers finishing up with their qualifying session. And of 14 of the 16 or 17 guys so far that have taken time, right now Jeffrey Comer top of the board. And qualifying is about to come to an end here. 31.637 seconds. And, of course, $10 going to the man that sets fast time And the first man of the season to get it will be Jeffrey Comer for Tricked Out Decals. And we're about ready to introduce the starting lineup for round number 1. Cody, work with me here a little bit. I've got my voice back, but man, I've been sick the last couple of days.
Yes, sir.
I'll definitely try my best to stay with you guys, but we're getting ready to introduce the starting lineup here, and it's going to be Jeffrey Comer and Landon Burbage on the front row. Man, I really think Landon Burbage is related to Thomas Burbage.
He is. He is the Bandolero driver.
That's right. Yeah, man. So pretty cool to see Landon Burbage, Thomas Burbage's son from Washington, North Carolina, on the front row. Stephen Luttrell and Lenny Brown, row number 2. Aiden Neese and Tanner Carter making up row number 3. That's the 45 of the 00. Landon Farmer and Aaron Raymond, the first 4 rows here, ready to go, Cody, at Milwaukee Mile.
Yeah, and talking about Landon Burbage, I remember watching Thomas Burbage at East Carolina, Wesley Outland, and back when Coastal Plains was Coastal Plains in the late models, man. Guy was a talented driver, and his son Landon Burbage is an even more talented driver in that Bandolero, winning a bunch of races at Southern National. And I think he's won 1 or 2 at good New River All-American Speedway, and I think he's won 1 or 2 at Carteret County as well. So, you know, great little driver there. But yeah, Zach Hummel and Kenneth Gorell, I'll be rounding out 9th and 10th. Tracy Brown and Landon Brown, I'll be rounding out your first 6 rows. Then you got Jason Woodham, Matthew Fastnault, Justin Brooks, Tyler Shaduk, Dominic Adabello, and Chris Norris round out your 18-car field.
I feel like we're going to be having pronunciation class as well as calling this race, man, for sure. Trying to
and Wesley, before we
get acquainted with everything.
Before we go green real fast, I want to go ahead and shout this out. I know you'll be delaying the start time next week, but I'll let you kind of take it over, Wesley.
Man, looking forward to next Sunday. I better warm the pipes up for sure, as we're going to have our virtual NASRA 1100, and then I'm going to be joining you guys with an 8:30 start time for round number 2 from Southern National with the Leadfoot Racing League. But yeah, man, get signed up. I know we're close to 40 drivers, so there's going to be knockout qualifying for 33 spots of the NASRA Indy 500. That'll be next Sunday afternoon at 11 a.m. Eastern, and then of course at 4 p.m. Eastern, the Coke 600, the NASRA Coke 600 with the 87 Cup cars of NASRA. And NASRA and Elevated TVC are in. We've all worked hand in hand with one another. Thanks again to Leadfoot Racing League for promoting that. We're looking forward to it. And we're looking forward to season 3. Race cars in. Eastern Technical Design 125 underway, and we got trouble in the back. Quickly drawing our blue line, soft wash, caution flag, and Jason Woodham and another car up against the fence puts us under yellow right at the green here. Oh no. That's Woodham and Norris. And trouble on the green flag. Well, I'll tell you what, it looked like it was a stack up behind the 91 of Tracy Brown. Here's another look at it again, Cody, but it looked like it stacked them up like dominoes, and then everyone else was on the binders. Look at this, wow.
Justin Brooks there, yeah, getting into the back of the 71. Justin Brooks, the man that Wesley knows best out of Florence, I think Florence, South Carolina, the PD region. It looks like he got into the back of Woodham there. Let's take a look at a different angle here.
From another angle.
There we go. Looks like the 28 didn't get going there. I believe the 28, that's Zach Hummel. Zach Hummel doesn't look like he got going there, Wesley. So we get another look here. Well, Stephen Luttrell, the 9 machine. I don't think anybody got going really, Wesley.
There it is, and that just triggers the caution. By the way, big thanks to a new sponsor for the Leadfoot Racing League and our yellow flags.
And your producer has done such a good job to even get them on the ticker this year. So
I love it, man. Yeah, Blue Line Soft Wash, a veteran-owned and operating company dedicated to bringing integrity and precision to exterior cleaning, founded by a retired law enforcement officer. Blue Line Soft Wash upholds the values of service, commitment, and attention to detail in every job. Trust Blue Line Soft Wash to protect and enhance your property with the same dedication that once gave protected our community. Blue Line Soft Wash. And you know that now that I think about it, caution laps do count, as always. But I'm going to say this is probably the first track that we've raced at for the Leadfoot Racing League where it is a mile in length.
Yeah, this is definitely the biggest track I think these guys have been to, other than Bristol.
That's a half mile,
and it's only a half mile. Yeah, that's a half mile racetrack. So, I would say, Wesley, for the late model stocks on Iracing, this track would probably be equivalent to a cup race at Daytona. I mean, this track is going to be hard to pass. And I know this from previous experience racing here on Iracing. This track is going to be hard to pass. These late models, you've almost got to use the draft, more say, to draft up to somebody and even get a good enough draft to get to the inside or the outside of them. So, I mean, it's going to be one of them, luck of the draws. I mean, if Jeffrey Cummers plays his cards right, he can lead this whole race from the start right here on lap 5.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, I see 4 Wide Motorsports TV's chiming in. Thank you so much. Four Wide Motorsports, they'll be in action, I believe, on Monday and Thursday, correct? At the mini stock cars and then the...
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, got that coming up. Put that back up on the screen. I know we're coming back to a restart, but got the Market Series at Nashville tomorrow night. And don't forget about the Dobbins Racing Indy 500, June 18th through the 21st. That's going to be a Wednesday to Saturday as we go back to green.
Yeah, we moved the dates around a little bit to kind of help Wesley and some other people try to make it if we can.
It helps me a lot, believe it or not.
So as we work down the back straightaway here, looks like Tanner Carter looking to the inside of Stephen Luttrell or Lenny Brown. Well, Lenny Brown going to shift way up there, Wesley, as so does Comer.
Back underway here, working the first restart of the race. By the way, CRN is now the sponsor of the Restart Zone, the Community Radio Network Restart Zone. So, like you created a little graphic for the soft wash caution. We got to create like a oh my God, I spoke too soon. There it is.
I spent about 4 hours today making stuff for the league this season. So it's gonna be, we got all kinds of new things and stuff. So as we see the 40.
By the way, can we announce Wesley Outlet Wesley is back on Facebook.
Thanks to me.
we will unveil that very soon as well. Damn Mark Zuckerberg.
You gotta know how to fool the system.
No.
As we got a battle for the race lead.
We'll work on that as soon as we finish up with tonight, so I gotta get back online again. I think I'm gonna tease with them and put like I'm back in big capital letters. Remember the guy in the movie, The Independence Day, that drives through the spaceship and says, "Hello, boys, I'm back." Now before I think I'm gonna do that, but no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make that man. That'll give them reason to like it's this guy.
Right.
First off, I got banned from Facebook about 3 weeks ago. Did not deserve it one iota. And luckily, we're now I'm now living in Indiana.
Man, I'm loving this, Wesley, and I don't mean to change the subject on you here, but I'm loving this, man. There's packs of cars everywhere as we got a battle for your race lead down into turn number 3. Latrell going to the inside. He's bringing the 45. That's going to be Aiden Neese, a newcomer here with the Leadfoot Racing League.
And we got quite a few new names that we're mentioning. Stephen Latrell in the lead right now. Behind the leader is that battle between Aiden Neese, Jeffrey Cummer, Landon Burbage. We talked about down to the inside. There's the 9. That's the black and blue number 9. Of course, his dad very famous for driving the 9 car for many years at Southern National, East Carolina Motor Speedway, Jacksonville, and more. And now Burbage will pass that machine, get to the number 3 spot around Cummer as they work off 4.
Yeah, Cummer going to shoot back to the inside of him there as they work back down the front straightaway. They work into 1. Here comes Cummer back to the inside. Burbage's going to check up a little bit. That's going to open the door up for Tanner Carter. Tanner Carter going to open the door up and truck to the inside off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. They're going to work side by side as here comes that, I believe that's the 43. That's going to be Aaron Ramon right there behind them.
That's Aaron Ramon in that 43 car. Beautiful looking race car. Down to the inside. Makes a move on Burbage. Burbage now falling back a little bit. Landon Burbage now back into the top 5. And that PFC brakes entry is now we dive into turn number 1. And, you know, here's the deal. This is a track that, you know, I don't think we'll see them pit. If we get a late race caution or maybe a caution at the midway point, like we talked about the stage break, we might see them pit, but this is a track where you might not have to come down pit lane, really.
Yeah, I definitely don't think you'll see him come down for tires. I think I was talking to Landon earlier, and he says he thinks you got to pit for gas, but tires are definitely going to be out of the question, I think. But I do think you're going to have to come down for gas. It's going to be close if they don't.
By the way, if we do get a caution, next yellow flag will grab. If the blue line soft wash caution does come out again, we're planning to grab an interview with Jason Woodham. He actually was involved in that caution at the start of the race, but he is new team. He's now part of Triple B Racing, and he is one of the founding members of the Leadfoot Racing League.
Wesley, let's do something we've never done here on Elevated TV. Let's get us a green flag interview.
Are you serious?
Yep, we're going to get him right now here, and we're going to bring him in the broadcast booth. There he is, Jason Woodham.
Well, you're brave. That's all I can say, because I was against this. But Jason Woodham, it's the broadcast booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Jason, I understand that, I know you had a little bad luck there at the start of the race, but, maybe some early season hiccups. But how's the car right now? And obviously sitting back in the 17th spot.
We're just back here riding around. Got a feeling that tires are going to play real big into what happens tonight. So we're just back here kind of grouped up, seeing what we can do, just hanging around.
Jason, I know that this is a start of the new season number 3, but I also understand that you have joined a new race team, Triple B Racing. Tell us about it.
Well, yeah, Landon and Tracy reached out to me a little bit earlier in the off season and asked me if I wouldn't mind joining their little group, and I was honored. I mean, this is when you look at what they've done and how they run their operation and everything, it's a good thing to be a part of that. So I'm looking forward to see what this season holds with teammates. It'll be the first thing I've ever done that.
And Jason, I would be remiss to say, I know that this is season number 3 of the Leadfoot Racing League, and a lot of people don't know, but you're one of the founders or one of the operators of this league, man. What's your take on where it's at in its junior year tonight?
Well, I think using the word founder might be a little bit of a stretch. I was there for the first season, ran all those races and ran pretty much all last year too, so I've kind of been there from the beginning, but I can't take claim on any of the good things that have happened. That's all been Landon and Tracy and all the Browns and the effort they put into us. They're the workhorses in this. So I'm just glad to be mentioned in their company.
Well, man, we'll let you go. Good luck the rest of the way. And we'll look to see what that 71 will do this year.
Yeah, me too. Just going to try to keep it out of trouble and honor this Eastern Technical Design colors the best I can do.
Yeah, there's Jason Woodham. We'll let him get back to work on the track. And Cody, he did not crash. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. We got a battle. We had a change in the race lead. Aiden Neese has took the lead from Luttrell, and Luttrell is still right there on the back bumper of him. And I feel like I'm looking at a Caterpillar or a conga line right now, Wesley. Everybody kind of just single file riding around.
Yeah, pretty much is what we're watching as we are currently working our way into what he said. He thinks it's going to be tires. Will they be important here at the Milwaukee Mile? 1.015 mile, 1.633 kilometer. Milwaukee Mile. That is the Milwaukee, Wisconsin State Park in West Allis, Wisconsin. Such a fun racetrack. 9¼ degrees in the turns, 2½ degrees in the straightaways. So close to 10 degrees to banking and 3 degrees to banking on the front stretch. It really doesn't show it that much, but it seems like a flat racing surface. But on the spectrum of things, this is just a fun place right here.
And Wesley, I want to shout out this. Justin Brooks started dead last. He has made his way up into third. He is a man on a mission right now.
Can you say man on a mission?
Justin Brooks. He started dead last, and he's made his way up into the third position now. And he is running now Luttrell and Neese.
Good solid run going for him with Neese now in the lead. Luttrell, Brooks, Canner, Comer, top 5. The Brown family struggling tonight. Right now back in 14th, 15th, and 16th position. And Woodham, the Triple B Racing guys. You know what? I'm wondering if that's a strategy. Remember, they talked about they think it's going to be something involving tires. There might be a strategy from what we're watching with those guys right there in the back.
For sure. I'm not sure how the tire deal works, man. The tire deal, it could come into hard play. I mean, I'm gonna find out real fast how that works next week, Wesley. So definitely gonna be interesting to see. We see Burbage back to the inside of Comer there, that for the 6th and 7th position.
By the way, don't forget, we approach lap number 40. It will be the 213 Speedway stage break.
Also want to state that Justin Brooks, a former eNASCAR professional and highly decorated sim driver and owner of Brooks Speed Shop and Justin Brooks Designs. Make sure you check him out on, I believe, Instagram, X. I always want to call it Twitter, but it's X. And you can also check him out at Justin Brooks Designs on Facebook and Discord. And does a pretty banger job for some wraps, as you see his own wrap there in that number 33 machine. So make sure you check him out as well if you're looking for a paint. And he also, I believe, Wesley has now started to do sim or IRL paints for people. So
wow.
Definitely a cool thing he's doing there.
You mean IRL? You mean IndyCar?
No, like real life race cars.
Oh, well, hell, Justin Brooks has been doing that for a long time. I mean, I've known Justin sits back in Green and Myrtle Beach and in Florence and Dillon, so in the Pee Wee region of South Carolina. So yeah, super great guy.
So
Laps are winding into the end of the first stage of this one, heading to the 213th Simware stage break. Right now, it's Aiden Neese, the new leader, followed by Stephen Luttrell. Up 12 spots, it's Justin Brooks and Tyler Shattuck right behind him. Tanner Carter in the top 5, and everybody, for the most part, single file here. And honestly, Cody, I would think that this is what you would expect here in the early going of things for this track at Milwaukee Mile.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see a lot of passing. I don't think you're going to see a lot of, hard, aggressive racing, not until later on towards that lap 125 mark. Just because that tire deal is so big, and, you're going to see one or two guys like, Justin Brooks and Luttrell that are going to try to step out there and push it that early on, and, that put in a ton of laps here, and, but then you're also going to see them guys like, the Brown family and, Woodham and, people like that, and Zach Hummel, people like them that are in the back. You're going to see them at the front. I don't think their race is over yet. I definitely think that they're saving, learning, and this is a different track, Wesley. This is not a track, late model stocks go to. So this is, an off-the-wall track, as we see Justin Brooks there blinking a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you this, one of the biggest races that I used to work with, Racing America and MAV TV, was at Milwaukee Mile, and that was on Father's Day weekend. We came to Milwaukee Mile Speedway right before the Money in the Bank at Berlin in Michigan, and one of the races was the CRA Super Series, the ARCA CRA Super Series at the time, and big super late model race right here at Milwaukee Mile. So late model stocks, Milwaukee Mile, that is the different world. So
definitely.
Are we updating Trading Paints? I think something going on.
Yes, Trading Paints is updating. Trying to get some people's paints loaded in late to see if we can get them to show for the audience out there at home. See some people in the chat talking about it. There you go. There's Justin Brooks. He went from a whole different race car there, Wesley.
Holy cow. It did. He went from back in black to now a teal green and purple color. I like it.
I think Aiden Neese's car's changed too. He's the number 24 now. So we definitely got Trading Paints updated. Seen a couple of people saying people loaded in late, so we wanted to make sure their paints get showed out there. So definitely nice looking race cars out front right now, Wesley.
Yeah, that's on them. It's not our fault. That's there. That's trying to make sure we at least get something.
Right.
Look at that. Beautiful looking race car. Parkway Auto Sales. I think it's Parkway Towing. There you see. We're closing in on the last handful of laps in this opening stage. And now look at Brooks pounding on the pressure now for the leader. That's Jason Brooks going at it now. Down in the inside into 1 and 2.
Yeah, Brooks all over the back bumper of that 24 machine. And man, these cars, Wesley, the way they travel in the front end, they almost look like super late models here. Especially with the amount of designing you can put in these race cars on the sim. It's crazy the amount of paint work you can do to these race cars to make them look so real. And these cars look almost like super late models, especially these two out front. As we see Justin Brooks work off of 1 and 2, he's going to work down the back straight away. Thought about tucking inside, knows the draft, he needs it. He's going to look back to the behind the number 24. Here he comes, Wesley.
Yeah, trying to make a run for that spot down to the inside, almost on the bottom of the flat in the apron. Whoa, sideways with Brooks. Dirt tracks it for a moment off of 4. Down the front straightaway. Brooks to the inside. Neese to the outside. And clear a path on the bottom. New leader, the 33.
Yeah, and look at Neese. Neese back down the bottom. All 4 tires on that concrete padding on the bottom in 1 and 2. Brooks going to try to block the draft. Play the draft. Here comes Neese. Neese knows he needs the draft. He's going to work into 3. Here comes Neese. Neese back to the back bumper of Brooks as Brooks blinks again there through 3 and 4, Wesley.
On the Neese entry, the 24. Time and scoring has him as the 45. We're closing in on a couple of more laps remaining here before the 213 Simware stage break. That will trigger another blue line soft wash caution flag. And the strategy will begin. Do I come down to the pit lane? Do I not pit with about 85 laps to go? Here they come to the line. 2 laps to go now here in stage number 1 here at the Milwaukee Mile. And now Brooks got a nice lead away from Nice as they go to 1.
Yeah, Nice trying to get back to him. Luttrell back there blaming him lake. And then you got Shaduk right there in that 4th position. He's a little bit further back than everybody else as they're going to work off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Nice. Nice playing it out. Knows the stage is coming up. He's going to ride here as Brooks comes through 3 and 4, Wesley.
1 lap to go. Here they come to the line. Final lap remaining before the end of the 213 Simware stage break. Justin Brooks, a little flash, disappeared for a minute, pops back up into view, stays to the inside. Everybody single file. I don't think anybody's going to jump out of line. Here they come, working now into turn number 3 and 4. The man from the Beatty region of South Carolina, Justin Brooks, walks off of turn 4, comes to the line. He'll take the 213 Simware stage break, and the caution is now out for the 2nd time. So, the 213 Simware stage break is upon us, where virtual racing meets real world style. Pick up your LFRL merchandise and represent the Leadfoot Racing League with your favorite driver or team apparel in the LFRL store at 213simware.com. The question now with 85 to go. Do you pit or not?
Here comes everybody.
Yes.
I'll say, here comes everybody. I don't think there's a soul staying out. Everybody coming down pit road to get 4 fresh tires.
Pace car is all by his lonesome. You normally don't see that a lot, but everybody on the field has came down to the pit lane. 4 tires and service and fuel being done to these cars while we're waiting for pit stops to come to a close. Justin Brooks jacked down. He's down and away. Let's grab the 33, our 213 Simware stage winner. Let's see if we can grab a word with him real quick in the booth. He's available. I don't. Is he anywhere in sight? Yeah, there he is. First watch morning.
Yeah.
We'll bring him in here real quickly. Justin Brooks, it's the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, man, good job. Car looks good. Tires, the factor to win this thing here, you think?
Oh, yeah, especially if we get a late race restart. It definitely fell off quite a bit looking at the tire wear after that first run right there. So, I mean, it's definitely going to come down to that, but also at the same time, I think track position is key. I mean, I drove from the back to the front, but I was driving the pure crap out of every lap, and I burnt my stuff up a little bit. So, I mean, it could go either way.
Cody, you got anything for Justin Brooks as we're under caution here?
Justin, man, impressive run, especially at Milwaukee. We've been wondering, do you think tires, like Wesley said, do you think tires are going to be a factor, or do you think fuel is going to be the factor?
I'm good on fuel personally. Like, I'm good by about 8 or 9 laps right now, so it'd be tires if anything. But I mean, like, we'll see. I mean, it was fun. Like I said, coming from the back to the front, didn't have any laps of practice. I jumped in last minute because I honestly thought practice went up 8:15. That's a oopsie on me, but got in here last minute, had some fun, so now we really got to get to work.
By the way, quick reminder, public service announcement, race is at 8:30 next June, Friday, Sunday night. So
I appreciate that.
It is. Next Sunday night will be 8:30, 8:45 because of the Nazareth 1100 that I've got to broadcast. But, buddy, thanks for your time, man, and go get them rest of the way.
All right, well, hopefully talk to you guys after the race.
There you go. There's Justin Brooks. State 1 winner, 213 Simware. Under another blue line soft wash caution flag. It's about to wrap up. And Cody, we'll get ready for a restart. Is that Sarah in the background? Hello, Sarah Billington.
Yes, sir, it is. She is trying to keep the baby quiet, so you guys do not hear the baby on the screen because I am so used to producing and you not being able to hear me. So
You hear a little baby cry. It'll be all right. Sierra in restart zone, ready for the resumption of the Eastern Technical Design Season 3 opener at Milwaukee Mile. We're back to green.
And I will say,
we gotta find a sponsor for the green flag or the.
Yeah, we definitely. If you guys want to come on board and sponsor the green flag for the Leadfoot Racing League, they are definitely looking. I think they've got about everything else except the green flag. So if you want to be the green flag sponsor, you can get up with Landon Brown or Tracy Brown or Lenny Brown, or even you can message us over at Elevated TV and we'll get you in touch with them. So
Very
yeah.
soon you can message me on Facebook. Wait a minute, is it active now? You said it's active?
Yeah, it's active now. They can actually send you a friends request.
Have people sent me friend requests or what? Have they done that yet?
Nope, not at all.
Chris Norris on pit road. Coors Light number 40 with a problem. Well, that's a throwback to Sterling Marlin or Jacob McMurray colors back in the day of NASCAR, wasn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Definitely Sterling Marlin, the most psionic thing I remember about him is him getting out of his race car on the backstretch under red flag and getting penalized for leading the race.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm watching NASCAR on Amazon. Excuse me, don't want to make the people mad. NASCAR on Prime. And, boy, it's been a wreck fest in Nashville so far tonight. My goodness. Wow.
Yeah, they said, I seen something about Kyle Larson has already wrecked out in a 300-lap race.
And Christopher Bell just crashed. Some other drivers crashed out.
Definitely some troubles there then, for sure.
Still 200 laps to go. They ain't even halfway yet. All right, there's the 43. That's Ramon right there. Beautiful looking car. You see our track map? You see what we see as they work their way back around the racetrack. Norris all by his lonesome. He got caught up in an accident with Woodham at the start of the race. And Norris has not been able to recover from it. 3 laps down or more. Kind of wonder about the Browns, though, Cody. You know, they kind of hung back the first 40 laps. You got to go, and you got to go now. I really don't think you need to hold back with 75 to go here.
Yeah, I definitely don't think you need to hold back. I definitely think you need to go and go now. I mean, this is go or go home time. I mean, as we see this big pack of traffic right here, and the 57 there, we see Kenneth Worrell. I actually was in the tryout race this past Tuesday night at Southern National with them when he was joining the league, and he's a pretty decent driver there in that 57 as we see him working on the, I believe that's the 28 machine of Zach Hummel. And yeah, Wesley, I definitely think it's go or go home time. I think if you lay back now, you're in the dark.
You see Brooks.
And it does show Brooks.
Shattuck, yeah.
It does show Brooks in the pits on timing and scoring on the ticker. That is because he is blinking in and out, and it is registering that he is in the pits. So be aware of that as well. As we're 3 wide, Wesley.
3 wide for a minute up the middle. There's the 9. That's Burbage car to the inside. Oh, boy, don't make me ruin this guy's name. Is it Abatello?
Yeah, that's I was in the same boat. Don't feel bad.
Abatello, maybe? Abatello?
Dominic Abatello. We'll definitely have that fixed by next race. So I will get with him and see how his name is pronounced. As we see the 20 machine, there goes Dominic diving to the inside of Latrell. That's going to be for the 4th position.
You know who I'm missing? Tanguy DeCock. Where's DeCock at?
Yeah, definitely missing Tanguy DeCock. Tanguy C, I think is what we got Landon to change his name to for us. So
he was a real driver, though. He was from Spain.
Yep.
It is saying that Brooks is on pit road, but I don't know if that's true or not.
No, it's not. It is because he is blinking in and out so bad that
Oh, wow.
the timing the score and is showing that he's on pit road. So it still registers him in first, though.
So it is Abatello. Okay, I was thinking it was Abatello. Thank you. Donna Abatello chiming in. So that broadcast school paid off for the man in the 2012. So you heard me say Abatello, but then I said Abatillo.
Yeah.
You know, Kylo.
Yes, for sure.
Abatello. Like Jello. Abatello.
It can't be no worse. It can't be no worse than Octavio Rondello, or how you say his name.
Oh, that's Octavio Rondelletto. Yeah, I'll be seeing his name at the Nazareth 1100 next week.
For sure. And Wesley, let's see what we got coming up next real fast.
Yeah, we've kind of showed it a little bit. There it is. I think you'll join Scott and Emmett tomorrow night.
Tracy Brown will.
Oh, whoever it is, I don't know. Nashville tomorrow night. That'll be the 4x Motorsports ARCA East. That'll be at Nashville tomorrow night, and then we come back next Sunday night, 8:30 Eastern start time. So if we come on the air at 8:30, I'm thinking about 8:45 we'll drop the green flag for the race at Kinley. And that'll be at Southern National round number 2. And another big race coming up will be the Robbins Racing. The Robbins Racing presents their Indy 500, and that'll be a preliminary day, and that's June 18th through the 21st. You got all the details on that there, Cody.
Yep. So they're gonna be doing it just like a Indy 500 would be doing it in real life. You're gonna have bump days. You're gonna have qualifying days. You're gonna have the whole shebang, and then that Saturday will be the Indy 500, where they go 200 laps for 500 miles around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Looking to drop the green flag around 8 o'clock. So definitely gonna be fun. Hoping we can get a couple announcers to do that, because that's going to be a long and fun one.
Yeah, I am literally checking my schedule, and I'm, with the exception of the 20th, I believe, because I'll be at Wake County Speedway that Friday night. But I think I'm available
That'd
for
be
that
awesome.
big race on the 21st. I think I am. Yeah.
Yeah, because all the other days will be just kind of qualifying days. They won't be nothing. And then we're going to lock in 33 drivers. The only thing is, with iRacing, you can't start them 3 wide like they do in the Indy 500. So they'll be starting 2 wide. So.
Anyhow, we're heading to halfway, by the way. Thanks, everybody that's watching. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We'll give you a shout-out on the Leadfoot Racing League. But, yeah, man, I'm looking at my schedule. All of my major track announcement obligation or series events, and I don't have anything planned.
That'd be awesome.
I'm there.
I'm gonna try to get Scott to do that if he's not at Sobo that weekend, and then maybe even try to get Jacob in there with you as well if he's not busy. If he hasn't had that baby yet.
He's talking about the baby being in July. So
July?
He's talking about the baby happening in July.
Gotcha.
July, baby. Look at this going on. Little Robbins racing down to the inside. There goes our buddy Abatello. Going after Shattuck. That's for 4th. Burbage has got a different wrap job on his car. Let's show Burbage real quickly.
Yeah, Burbage went from a black car to a white car. He's in a Mac Tools number 9 with a little pinstripe down the side of it. So definitely a cool looking design there. As looks like he's got Michelob Ultra on the hood, Wesley. I don't think he's old enough to drink.
He's old enough to be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly. Latrell on the inside. There's the orange and white 36 machine right there in the top 5 now battling with Burbage for that spot. Yeah, come lay down and cuddle with Mommy. Heading to halfway with Justin Brooks still in the lead. This man climbed 14 spots to the top position. He leads over Aiden Neats, Tanner Carter, Tyler Shattuck, and Dominique Abatello. Burbage, Luttrell, Farmer, Fastnot, and Comer, your top 10. There's been two yellow flags presented by Blue Line Soft Wash. And of course, your stage winner was obviously Justin Brooks. Luttrell and Burbage battle there for just a moment. Burbage got a little loose straight away.
Yeah, Burbage. A little bit of air knocked off the nose of the car there. Got him a little loose down the front straightaway. Luttrell gets underneath of him. Excuse me. No harm, no foul. And Brooks is driven away, Wesley. I mean, he is in another zip code.
And by the time this race is over, I'll be able to go back and watch Nashville. I'll be able to see them. I don't even think they're halfway yet.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we're halfway here.
For sure, a little over.
It just passed halfway. 60 laps to go when they come to the line.
Now, Wesley.
Thanks for those that are joining us on also CRN. Go ahead, Cody.
Now, Wesley, I got to ask you, is signups for the NASRA 1100, is that over with? Is that done, or are they still taking people?
No, they're still taking signups. If you want to put the flyer back on the screen again, click on the QR code, and it will take you to the NASRA special events page. You can still sign up, and I believe signups will end on midnight of the day of the race. So what is that, midnight on the 8th?
Yeah, okay.
So you have until 11:59 on June the 7th.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know how that had worked with the signups, because usually they gives them kind of a week in advance to get everything prepared. They cut signups off, so that's pretty cool with them having it that late in the year.
So we've been working on a spreadsheet entry list, if you will. Anybody that's been added has been added, and we're going to close it at midnight on June the 8th. So that's Sunday at midnight, and we're going to drop the green flag 11 hours later, according to Cody, because he lives in the West Coast. So it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern, or I'm sorry, it'll be midnight Eastern time, 9 p.m. Pacific for him. That'll still give him and Brady plenty of time to put the entry list together. And then we're going to have knockout qualifying, which you've ever seen the intensity of qualifying for the greatest spectacle in racing. Qualifying is about as intense as the race is. Fighting for those 33 spots you've got to qualify in. And I'm sure that that's going to be very entertaining.
Yes, for sure. I mean, anything qualifying in is going to be exciting. And Wesley, I want to talk a little bit about the schedule here for LFR. I'm going to pop it up on the screen.
Yeah.
Well,
loving it.
I thought I was going to pop it up on the screen. So, here we go.
Any day now. There we
go. So, I like their schedule this season. Okay, we're going to North Wilkesboro. That's going to be throwback night. Basically, Elevated TV is throwing out a $20 award for best appearing throwback. So that's going to be cool that night. Big news. I'm not going to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it yet. We'll talk a little bit about it at North Wilkesboro. But Hickory Motor Speedway is going to be LFR, Leadfoot Racing League's biggest event they've ever had in the history of Leadfoot Racing League. Going to be a big night there. Also got Dash for Cash races. I think from Martinsville to Myrtle Beach, I think every race is a Dash for Cash race. So, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as well when it gets there. But Nations Night, that's going to be cool. Oswego, this is where I want to get with you, Wesley. Twin 50s. That's going to be cool, twin races. That's the first time we've ever done twin races together.
No, I think it's really neat, and what a fun racetrack to have it at Oswego Speedway in New York. obviously the home of the super modifieds now for the late models, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how you drive. You want to have two good twin 50-lap races, and you notice that that's different than 125 laps. That's only 100 laps for two 50-lap sprints. You have to get it and get it quickly.
That's like a Saturday night shirt night race.
Out of trouble. You're exactly right, man. That's your local Friday, Saturday night late model battle. You know, your favorite short track. So that's going to be a fun one. IRP, Indianapolis Raceway Park. That'll be fun. Yes, sir. I like Sobo and Myrtle Beach Speedway for the championship finale. It's going to be a fun couple of months, no doubt.
Yeah, I like the Myrtle Beach being the championship because it's different. It's something, you don't see. Most people end it at Martinsville because of the Valley Star Credit Union. Most people order it at North Wilkesboro because it's North Wilkesboro. Not very many leagues or anything you ever see end at Myrtle Beach. I mean, Myrtle Beach dormant now in the real life state, but on iRacing you just don't see this. So I'm excited about that, and I believe, talking to Landon, I don't think it's going to be 125. I don't think it's going to be 200. I think it's going to be 250 laps to end the season for Myrtle.
Oh wow!
So that's going to be a tire-saving race. So it's.
I mean, that's going to be like what the Myrtle Beach 400 used to be, the 250 lap late model finale. So I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I mean, I love what Landon done with this, and Elevated TV's. We're doing a bunch of stuff to help the league out this season. To try to bring more people in, so we talked a little bit about it at the start of the broadcast. Is having 7 or 8 cars. I mean, we had 18 cars show up tonight, Wesley, and we've had an awesome race.
There's one thing I can tell you: if you want to build your league, you've got to recruit. You can tell within the last 2 weeks since the last finale of season 2 at Martinsville that the Browns and the Leadfoot Racing League have done some recruiting. And it shows, Cody. Big props to them.
I think they had a tryout race every day this past week. I think every day was a tryout race. I mean, I personally run the one on Tuesday night just because it's Southern National, and I absolutely love Southern National. I finished second in that race out of like 18, 19 cars, so I couldn't complain. I went 2 laps down, got wrecked 3 times, and still come back and finish second. So. I was very, very happy with that, and I'm actually going to race a couple races this season. Me and Tracy Brown are going to split the season. I'm going to broadcast 5 races. He's going to broadcast 5 races, and he's going to race 5, and I'm going to race 5. So it's going to be neat and fun this season.
And speaking of broadcasting, we need to pause very quickly for 10 seconds of station on the radio for identification. Live from the Milwaukee Mile, this is the Leadfoot Racing League on the Community Radio Network.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
The Leadfoot Racing League lid lifter for season number 3 is at the Milwaukee Mile. For coverage on Elevated TV and CRN, thanks for joining us. Closing in on under 50 laps to go, 47 remaining, along with Cody Deemers. I am Wesley Outland, and it is the Eastern Technical Designs 125 here at Milwaukee Mile. So far, we've had 3 cautions, actually correction, 2 caution flags, 1 for the end of the stage break. And it has been Justin Brooks since he got around the number 24 of Nice. Nice back to 3rd. There he is, leading the way, 7.5 seconds over Shattuck as we close into the home stretch of this event.
Yeah, he has definitely drove away from everybody. I don't think I've seen somebody dominate that much big in a while here in Leadfoot. I think the last race he run with the Leadfoot Racing League, and he dominated it as well. So Justin Brooks, no shame to the sim. Definitely a dominating performance here as he's again opened 7 over 7 seconds.
Justin Brooks timing and scoring, saying that he's on pit road, but he has not pitted. Is there a way to update that? Can you refresh that and see if it'll clear? Maybe it'll clear, update it?
Yep.
See if it'll do that. No data available. Bring back the data.
Yep.
He's going to bring it back here in just a moment, folks, and then you'll be able to see it. Yeah, even the baby says, why is he pitted, Daddy?
Yeah.
And it still says he's on pit road. There we go. It's gone. All right. Now you call back up.
Oh, it's still broken. Hold on. Oh, everybody's crossing the line. We're good.
Yeah, that's what it was. By the way, 8 seconds, the interval between Justin Brooks to Tyler Shattuck. And how about this? The Brown family, they're starting to climb. They're in the top 10. But, man, you better make something happen quickly here. Car 83, Lenny Brown, the highest climber on lap 83, pardon the pun. 43 to go.
Yeah, Lenny Brown's starting to climb. And Wesley, earlier in practice, Lenny Brown was actually the fastest in practice. So he was top of the board over everybody. He was definitely up there. So definitely look to see him.
Something happened, didn't it?
Yeah, so I'm guessing something happened, or I'm not sure if he got fumbled on that start. Here he comes down pit road.
Wow. Brown on pit lane. Here he comes, the 83. That's Lenny Brown.
Burbage. Green flag pit stops.
Wow, green flag pit stops. Landon Burbage on pit road. By the way, these guys have not pitted until the race now. So here's the strategy. Lap 129, lap 134, they come down to the pit lane. Not counting that they pitted at the end of the stage. Remember, it resets, so it resets the pit count also. That's something we got to keep up with. But are we seeing a different strategy by some of these guys? Some of these guys might not be able to make it to the finish here.
Yeah, I definitely think
I'm surprised.
I definitely think it's going to be tires. I definitely think that's what's happening right now. Is the tire situation is fumbling everybody. We see Landon Farmer, Landon Brown. All the Landons are on pit road. Burbage, Brown, Farmer. 3 different Landons in here. So definitely going to be interesting to see. Got to begin to wonder, is Justin Brooks going to be able to make it on tires? I mean, if everybody pits, Wesley, he can lap the whole field.
Brooks come down the pit lane. There's the question. Under 40 laps to go now. 38 at the line. Justin Brooks now working around some other slow traffic. As there's the 71 of Woodham. There's the new wrap job on the Woodham car. New member of Triple B Racing. By the way, I got to smack you because you told me that in my paperwork that he's one of the founding members. That was hashtag fake news.
That was Landon. Landon made the paperwork, not me.
Okay. Well, Landon, I don't know. There was a mistake there or something. I don't know. Maybe he's probably one of the founding drivers, I guess, of the LFRL.
For sure. So
mad props to them, though, what they've done. Matter of fact, what a great race so far tonight. A quiet race. And if we've got new members racing tonight, I think they got to be pleased with what they're seeing so far with the Leadfoot Racing League here this evening.
And Abatello on pit road. Got to begin to wonder, Wesley. As you see Abatello on pit road. Definitely interesting to see people coming down pit road. Only 8 drivers have yet to pit.
I wonder if Justin Brooks will pit or not. He might be able to go the distance here. Going around the 91. That, of course, is Brown. There's only 8 cars in the lead lap now. Abatello goes a lap down now multiple times in the 20 car. As Justin Brooks, Shattuck, now a 9-second differential from first to second. Neese now back Timing and scoring calls him the 45. He is in the 24. That's the top three. Luttrell and Comer, your top five. Is their single foul again?
Yeah, Stephen Luttrell. Jeffrey Comer started on the pole here. He is in that 0-2. He's fell back to fifth. We got to begin to wonder, is anybody else going to come down pit road, Wesley, and try to get tires as we see Justin Brooks just putting them one after another a lap down. Here comes
14 spots for Justin Brooks. As we're seeing more pit stops now. Here comes Tanner Carter on pit road. Can they go the distance, Cody? That's the question here. We're seeing guys pit with under 40 to go. They're not going to be able to go the distance, I don't think. We might have to see Justin Brooks make a late race pit stop leading.
And you got to think, Wesley, this is where pit strategy comes into play. Do you run as long as you can and hope you make it? Or do you short pit hoping the leader can't make it? And that's what I believe Landon Brown and all them's doing, is they're short pitting hoping Justin Brooks cannot make it on tires.
Undercut. You call it short pitting, we call it the undercut. Talk about pitting before the other leaders do. So do you think, Cody, that Justin Brooks is going to have to come down pit road?
It's a good question. I really think, as we see others, Matthew Fasnault coming down pit road now, and you know, it's definitely going to be interesting to see who all is going to try to make it and who all is not, as we're going to be approaching about 25 to go here very, very shortly.
Here's my take on this as we approach 100 laps on the board here at about 7 circuits, lap 93 this time high. Justin Brooks has a almost 10-second lead over Tyler Shattuck. He don't have to push the car that much. I mean, am I right? I mean, he's got that big of a lead. Why have a 10-second barrier there?
Right. Yeah, and I can sit here and agree with you as well. I mean, there's really no reason for him to sit here and blow the doors off of it. You know, he's got
or is that car just that good.
Right. That 10-second lead. You know, or again, like you said, is the car just that hooked up that he can roll with it?
The big handling on Shattuck and Meeks and other cars that are falling back. By the way, the interval from first to fifth to the leader, Justin Brooks, is now 15 seconds. Aaron Raymond is sixth, 17 seconds back. 6 cars on the lead lap. That's it as we close in to lap 100 and under 30 to go here at Milwaukee Mile.
Again, 6 cars have not pit yet. That's Brooks, Shattuck, Neese, Luttrell, Comer, and Raymond. They have not pitted. So, again, will we see them pit? And if you're look at Jason Woodham pitting, wow. He's moved up to 7th. With all the pitting that's been happening, Jason Woodham, and look at the Browns. They went from running 14th, 15th, and 16th to now they're 8th, 9th, and 12th.
And the Browns have struggled tonight. Just not a night for the Brown for Triple B Racing with also Jason Woodham. And here's something to think about. Brown, and Woodham, they've all been locked with one another. It's like a law firm. It's not climbing. They're back up into the top 10 now. And we are still watching Justin Brooks run away with this thing here. Shattuck, now a 10-second lead. And my question is now, closing in on lap 100 and 25 to go here in the Eastern Technical Design Lid Lifter for the Leadfoot Racing League at Milwaukee Mile. Will we see the top 6 come down pit road, or are they saving Cody?
Yeah, and that's the question. Are they saving? And Brooks is still putting the lead on Shattuck. I don't think anybody's going to catch Brooks, and I think even if Brooks was to pit, he's still got enough leadway that he could pit, go down pit road, get tires, and come back out. I mean, in reality, I think you're only going to need right side tires. With the outline, I don't think you're going to need left. I think it's more your right side, especially that right rear. So we'll see though. We're closing in on 25 laps to go.
trying to settle this one here. 25 remaining when they come back to the line.
I can't believe it. 2 cautions, though.
Yeah, I definitely a different strategy here in Milwaukee Mile than what I thought we were going to see tonight. Maybe a little hiccup at the start. Other than that, it has been a quiet race. The only yellow flag that got presented by Blue Line Soft Wash was the caution at the end of the stage break. So there was one on-track accident right at the start, and we're at 25 to go here.
Yeah, I think that was a little hiccup, and everybody was just kind of got to get used to racing with each other for a quick second. And if that caution wouldn't have come out, other than the stage break, Blue Line Soft Wash would have been. We would have had to talk about him, Wesley.
What will be our what will be our Tar River Environmental, yes sir, moment of the race? Yes, we have a sponsor now for the Tar River Environmental LLC has jumped on to sponsor the yes sir moment, and we got a caution. Blue Line Soft Wash, caution, trouble, 00. Tanner Carter, caution out for the 3rd time. Under 25 to go.
Tire blew.
The rubber meets the road. Tire goes out on Carter. It neutralized, and he's into the outside safer barrier. Wow.
He blinks. Internet went out. He either blinked or internet went out or black screen. Something happened right there, because even on the replay, it shows him nothing, and then poof. And he's blinking.
Look at this. Hard shot into the wall. He was already going in and out, blinking.
I think
one of the updates lets you. One of the updates on iRacing now can make you flood tires.
I definitely think
wow.
he black screen right there. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he black screen. And Wesley, let's see if we can.
Is Brooks and the rest of the top 5 coming down pit road? That's my question. Answer's yes. Wow, here they come. Wow. Oh man, this changes everything, Cody.
This definitely changes everything. And Wesley Outlet, I want to try to get a word with Tanner Carter and figure out what happened there with the 00. And Tanner Carter, it's Wesley, Cody in the booth. You got us? Tanner Carter, it's Wesley Outland and Cody Deemers in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Man, I got to ask you, what happened there? Because on the replay, it just shows you inexistent, and then you blink back in. Did you just black screen right there?
My whole computer and steering wheel and all froze up on me. And when it came back, I was in the outside wall. So,
wow.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, really.
Tanner, how badly damaged is the car? I do see a lot of damage and toe in on the right front.
Well, I had a fast repair, so it didn't. Luckily, I could fix it all, but my steering wheel was at I don't know, probably 10 o'clock, pointed left, so.
She was crab walking, basically, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. She was sketchy.
Cattywampus. That's a real word. Look it up. All right, Tanner, we're going to look the rest of the way, buddy. Glad you got that fast repair, that mulligan, if you will.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There you go. There's Tanner Carter, the 00. And wow. Can we take a break real quick?
Yes, sir.
I don't think we did commercial. All right, quick break. And we come back for the finish from Milwaukee Mile. 20 to go.
Community Radio
Welcome
Network.
to Elevated Television. We are home to the Pitfall Podcast Tour, the Madhouse Racing League, and if you are looking for a league or in a broadcast company looking to shine and show your name out there, look no further than Elevated Television. We do more than just broadcasting. We also do quality edits with HD picture quality and more here in just a few of what we do here over on Elevated Television. Overlays. We do all forms of racing from late models to NASCAR. So if you're a league owner looking to get your league out there, look no further than Elevated TV. Make sure you check out Elevated Television on YouTube, Facebook, and more. And since we are elevating your game, high-quality sim racing broadcast since 2022.
All right, we're back here. We're getting ready for a shootout. This late race caution, could this change the scenario to everything? Coming back to the CRN restart zone. Pace car on pit road. It will be 18 laps to go as we come to green here. Build fireworks begin at Milwaukee. The front runners look at Brooks, quickly trying to retain his top spot again.
Yeah, Justin Brooks looking to the inside of the 43 machine. Looks to the inside, big gaggle of traffic behind them as they work through. Ramon going to shift way up to the outside wall, trying to use the momentum, trying to keep Brooks out of the side drive. Brooks going to use it, drives it down to the inside. Almost all four tires on the concrete. Doesn't get it. Here comes Comer as well.
We're going to go 3 and 4 wide. In the back of the pack, we're watching this again as they get back 3 wide again. It's Brooks in the lead. Brooks, Justin Brooks, Raymond, Ramon, Comer.
Here comes Nice. Nice right there in that 5th position. He works his way up on there. All this going on. Nice, Latrell, Shaduk all battling right there. Here comes that 37 is Latrell all over the back bumper of Nice as they work down the back straightaway. Everybody's still chasing down that 33. Is Nice going to get driven all the way down the apron? Whoa!
All the way to the inside of the racetrack there by Shattuck. And Latrell now licking his chops, ready to pounce on that opportunity to go to the top 5 as he dives to the inside. Here they come down to the line. 15 to go here at Milwaukee Mile. And it is Brooks in the lead.
Here comes Latrell. Latrell going to cross up over the 37 machine. 37 going to look back behind him. But meanwhile, back these three duking it out. This all going on for 4th, 5th, and 6th. But up front, Brooks out front. Ramon, Comer, Nice, Latrell, your top 5, Wesley Otway.
Single file down to the line, and time is running out. They come back into the corner. Yeah. To actually pick it up. Who do your camera angles again, Cody?
Yeah, I got it on statics.
I like the static kind.
Yeah, I got one in each corner.
When they come around. We narrow into the finish of this one. There you see down to the inside. There's the battle for 5th. Shattuck and Latrell. Side by side from turn 4. Across the line.
Whoa!
Oh, that's a good battle cam right there.
The 37 throws it in there. the 36 on the trail. I'm not sure what happened there, but he backed off real bad. He backed way off there. As Ramon has closed the gap, Wesley Outland. I don't know if he's figured something out or what, but he is closing the gap back on Brooks, or if Brooks is laying out as we hit 11 laps to go.
Shootout time. Brooks back in the front. Ramon in second. Comer now third. Neeson Shattuck the new top 5. And they'll be coming to 10 remaining when they work the start-finish line. And look at this. Look at Jeffrey Brooks. Look, he's already gone. Justin Brooks, I meant to say. Justin's gone in the 33. Look at the interval already. Almost a second from Ramon.
Jeffrey Comer, though, he's looking to get around the 43. The 43 keeping the momentum up. Brooks, though, checking out almost a second already and blinking away. As we see Neese looks to the inside of Comer. Comer going to shut the door. Tricked out decals pole award there to the zone. Tricked out decals. Hey, he ain't got to give no money away, Wesley.
Kept his own $10 gas money in his pocket for this week. Big thanks to tricked out decals and so many others, including Blue Line Soft Wash for caution, Eastern Technical Designs, and of course 213 Stemware for the stage. Community Radio Network Restart Zone. What will be the Tar River Environmental? Yes, sir. Moment of the race will decide that. We'll go off the air. And closing in on the W Energy, 1 to go. Back for another season as well.
Yeah, all these great partners as we got a battle here with Burbridge and Farmer. This going on back here for 12th and 13th is Farmer to the inside. Burbridge going to crowd him there. Whoa, they're going to touch a little bit there, the 9 and the 26. Oh! Burbridge starting to struggle here a little bit, Wesley. The later run goes. And the bad part about it is, Wesley, that 20 machine of Abatello, he's really in 7th, and he's battling right here behind the 13th and 14th place cars.
Yeah, Abatello right there in that 7th position, battling with Burbridge. Burbridge is right now.
Yep. Abatello.
All that's going on, man. Yeah.
He had to work his way to get back on the lead lap. Got his way back on the lead lap. Now he's got to fight to get back up front there, but has to work through lap traffic because he did get the wave around for being the first car a lap down. So he had to go to the back of the field, and now he has to work his way back. So really in 7th, but he's back here with all these extra lap cars.
Farmer in the 26 and Burbridge in the 9, both a lap down. Brown the other car a lap down. Everyone else from 15th on back out of the race is right now. 5 remaining. Pick up the leader. Brooks as he comes off turn number 4. Down to the line. Open hand. 4 fingers and a thumb from Barney.
Justin Brooks dominating. Started dead last. Worked his way up to the field. And about halfway. And did you hear that right there, Wesley? He is shifting. I don't know if we can go on board with him. Let's listen. Hear it?
He is. Wow. It is. I hear it. Four to go. 4 miles remaining. Now that's unusual to be shifting like that here. I wonder if there's some type of an issue, transmission problem on the 33 of Brooks.
Or I wonder if that's just what's helping him gain this lead. He's downshifting, keeping the RPMs up through the corner. There, you heard it right there. That's the first time I've actually heard it, Wesley. Him shifting. And I wonder.
3 to go at the line.
I wonder if that's helping him.
Already a 2-second lead over the 43 of Ramon. Comer back to 3rd. Neeson Shattuck the top 5. next week, 8:30 Eastern start time. Green flag roughly at 8:45. We're going to Kinley. Southern National next Sunday night, round 2.
I'm excited for that one because your producer will be racing. You'll be actually calling a race with me in it, Wesley.
Be well. No, I don't care too much of the promoter. Southern National is very near and dear to my heart. I said it. Sorry.
Justin Brooks going to work his way through 3 and 4.
The Energy, 1 to go. Here he comes down to the line. The W Energy, 1 to go. Does he have the energy to hold on for 1 more mile here in Milwaukee? He's down into turn 1 and 2, Cody. What a drive for the man of the 33.
Yeah, the man out of the PD region of South Carolina worked his way from dead last. Didn't get any practice. He's going to work his way into 3 and 4, blinking it out.
Inkin blinking, not at all. South Carolina's Justin Brooks comes to the line. Winner of season 3, round 1 at Milwaukee Mile. He'll take the Eastern Technical Design 125. A race that lasted 1 hour and 12 minutes and 58 seconds. Sees Justin Brooks take the victory over Aaron Ramon, Jeffrey Comer, Aiden Neese, and Tyler Shattuck, the top 5. And remember, he started dead last. Worked his way to the front and won. Wow.
Justin Brooks going to come home the race winner here tonight. He blinks in and out, still coming to victory lane. And he's going to pull her on the front stretch and attempt to burn her down, Wesley. Nope.
Help control the pet population. Have your pet spaded or neutered.
What happened?
And yeah, the Inkin blinking nod just made me think of a PSA.
What a race, Wesley Allen. 3 cautions, excuse me. 3 cautions.
Yeah, two for on-track accidents, 1 for the end of the stage. Oh, and by the way, they just began stage number 3, and guess what? They crashed again. So, yeah, there you go.
Oh, you're talking about it in Nashville?
You're not missing anything in Nashville. No, you're not. You're not missing nothing in Nashville.
For sure.
Yeah. So we go back and watch the rest of the race. There's
Still got
oh my goodness. They still got 100 and some odd laps to go. Yeah, 102 laps to go.
Oh, you got plenty of time to catch the end of Nashville.
That's it. Well, let's take a look at the results tonight from the Milwaukee Mile, IndyCar, Super Trucks, ARCA, NASCAR even raced here. And there it is. Justin Brooks will pick up the victory here in the Leadfoot Racing League, round 1 over Aaron Ramon, Jeffrey Comer. We'll talk to the podium coming up in a moment. And there's the rest of the finishing order. Aiden Neese, Tyler Shattuck, Stephen Luttrell, Dominique Abatello, Matthew Fastnot, Landon Brown, best Brown tonight, got into the top 10. And, of course, when it's all said and done, Jason Woodham will finish, Cody, in the top 10 as well.
Yeah, Lenny Brown coming home, the last car on the lead lap. Everybody else here a lap down or more. Burbridge, Tracy Brown, Farmer, Tanner Carter round out your top 15. Kenneth Gorell, 15 laps down, 16th. Zach Hummel, 62 laps down in 17th. And Chris Norris in 80 laps down rounds out your field.
We're taking a break. When we come back, we will grab the podium drivers, Justin Brooks and others on the other side. Will set the stage for Southern National and more. Leadfoot Racing League on Elevated TV and CRN. Stay with us. Back here at the Milwaukee Mile, and we welcome you to post-race for the Eastern Technical Design Leadfoot Racing League, of course, on Elevated TV and CRN. Next week we'll be at Southern National. Cody Deemers, I'm Wesley Outland. In the victory lane we go. Your first winner from the rear, from the back. He gets it done. Stage winner and more, Justin Brooks. Justin, congratulations, man. I'll tell you what, your car was just on rails, if you will.
Yeah, it felt pretty good. I mean, the setup was generally really tight, but I found a way to try to keep the right front on and also keep speed on at the same time. And I think it really paid off there in that long run. And I was not looking forward to a yellow because I was good to the end with tires, fuel, everything. And I was just backing my pace down because I seen everybody else starting to fall off just to be on the safe side and all. And it made a challenge there in the restart, but got up front and just tried to pace myself in case I have a late race yellow and have some tires underneath it. And went green flag all the way, so it was a nice way to end the race.
What was the expression on your face when Carter hit the wall and got the late race caution with under 15 to go?
I said a few curse words. I was like, "What in the blue? You know what was that?" That's all I could. That's all I saw. Him going Ross Chastain into the wall. So I don't know what happened. He must have had computer issues, I think. But yeah, it definitely turned the race upside down a little bit. But like I said, it ended up paying off in the end.
And Justin, I gotta ask you, man. Starting dead last. I know you've won a lot of races on the sim. I can't take that from you. Does it, in this field of cars, these guys you race with, does it mean much more when you have to start dead last with no practice, no qualifying, and still come out here and win this thing?
Oh yeah, I mean you earn. I mean it's a bigger way to earn it. It ain't just starting pole and leading all the laps on. You got to cut through the field without touching anybody, without damaging your car. And thankfully, we had a fast repair because I actually got damage on that first checkup there in the start. Went in, got my fast repair, and put some extra gas in it, which slowed me down the straightaway, but it was all right. But it ended up paying off, and like I said, it's a lot of fun to drive from the back to the front and still make it to the front and not kill my tires like I thought I would have, considering how tight the setup was. I got told the setup was real tight as soon as I joined in and asked somebody about it, but it was way tighter than I expected, so I had to back my pace down and learn it and just go from there.
Well, what a good, solid run, Justin. Before I let you go, buddy, thank your sponsors. And obviously this is a great upstart to go for the title hunt, isn't it?
Yes, sir. We'll see if I show up every week. I'm not sure yet, but thank you guys first and foremost for doing what you do. You guys do a hell of a job. I always tell y'all that because I mean it. I want to thank all the admins over here, all the Brown family, and LFRL in general for allowing me to come have some fun tonight and mix it up a little bit with these boys and all. Thank my competitors on the track. Thankfully, none of them didn't run me over the top and all that and race me pretty clean whenever we did get side by side. So it was a lot of fun. Like I said, maybe we'll be back next week. We'll see.
There you go. I got to ask you one question. Cody showed it at the end of the race. You were downshifting. You were using the gears. Was that something going on with the car, or was that a strategy that you were doing to save fuel or save tire wear?
I was just trying it to see if it worked. I mean, I could run about the same times, generally doing it or not doing it. I mean, I was just seeing if it worked because I was looking at RPMs and I was like, well, dang on, the RPMs is getting down there. Let me just try it. I mean, it kind of works, but at the same time, I mean, it's definitely, I don't think it's a faster thing to do. It could save tire. I don't know. I was just trying stuff because the setup's so tight and your car was getting bogged down just to see if it worked.
There you go. Cody, there's your answer.
Yep.
There's the thoughts of Mr. Justin Brooks. He picks up the victory here in round number 1 of season 3 for the Leadfoot Racing League. Let's go to Aaron Ramon. He'll finish in second in the 43 machine. Aaron, good solid run, stayed out of trouble, and a second place. Nothing wrong with silver.
No, I'm not going to complain about it at all. I've never been on this track or driven this car prior to the tryout race, so I wasn't expecting a top 5 run, but with that late race yellow, I committed that I would take a 2-tire strategy, and it ended up working out pretty good. I mean, Justin was really fast, like freaky fast. I was astonished at how fast he was, so I started picking up some of the things he was doing, especially out of turn 2, but as the tires wore out, still had a way better line, but it was just enough to hold on to second place. But yeah, it was overall really fun.
Yeah, Aaron. Man, never running this track. Is this a track you would come back to and try again, knowing what you've learned tonight, and following somebody like Justin Brooks?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think with some practice, over and over again, especially with my teammates, Project TD, Owen and Tangai. They're late model goers. They love short track racing. I'm more of like a super speedway or intermediate oval kind of guy, road course racing. So I started getting into short tracks because of them, and it's pretty fun. I mean, Milwaukee. Very interesting lines. I've never been on it, so it was a learning experience for like the first 3/4 of the race. But I would definitely love to come back here.
Are we going to see you make a push for a championship, Aaron, for this season, and segue that with thanking your sponsors?
Hopefully. I think we got some good speed. Definitely, when I go back with Owen and Tanga, I get some pointers more on how to drive these late models. I do feel we have a strong contention for the championship this season.
Where was the cock at tonight?
He's having technical issues, man. His computer went out. I think he's still waiting on a new screen to come in. He was talking to me saying that he might try to go to a sim center to see if they would open up for him just to run the races for this series.
Oh wow.
But yeah, he was watching the broadcast tonight. So shout out to Tangai, shout out to Owen. Brought it second place for Project TD.
There you go. There's the thoughts of Aaron Ramon. He'll finish in second. And finally, let's grab Jeffrey Comer, the Tricked Out Decals Pole Award winner. And he'll finish the race on the podium in third. Good way to start the season at Milwaukee Mile, Jeffrey.
Man, I'm going to tell you, I was surprised when we sat on the pole number 1. And then after that first caution right there, I mean, I was horrible in that first segment. I mean, I came in and my tires was junk. I think I fell back to 12th. Restarted 7th, go back up to 5th before that last caution. And just restarted 3rd and kind of took care of my tires in that second segment right there. Kind of learned a lot. I used more brakes there than I did at Martinsville, honestly. But I'm gonna tell you, I had fun. That was actually a lot funner than I anticipated for that big of a racetrack.
Well, Jeffrey, you got one thing going for you. You get to keep the gas money in your pocket this week.
Yes.
And I gotta ask you, and this kind of relates to Tanner Carter. What was going through your mind when Tanner yells at you and says, "I don't know what just happened. My wheel froze up"?
That's exactly what I said. I was like, what in the world? Because at one point, it happened before then. He was in my mirror behind me, and all of a sudden, his car just hung right. That thing went up there and hit the outside wall, and I was like, what in the hell are you doing? And then he said, oh, God, his stuff was glitching the whole race, so I hated to see that for him, but it was fun. It really was a fun race. And like everybody says,
we're
I really
experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. I think that's what he said, right?
Yeah, exactly what he said.
Well, Jeffrey, final question, and thank your sponsors, bud. What's your take of running on a big track like, I want to say statistically, this is the biggest track that the Leadfoot Racing League's ever raced on, much less started the season. What did you think of running on a big mile track like Milwaukee tonight?
Man, I'm going to tell you, it really was. Like I said, I was very impressed on how it actually raced at the end. Me and old Aaron right there at the end, golly, I was doing everything I could to get up there beside him. And I just couldn't ever do it. But I had a whole lot more fun there than I anticipated. I ain't going to lie.
All right. Well, before I let you go, buddy, please thank your sponsors. We'll let you go.
Oh, yeah, let's go thank Tricked Out Decals, obviously. You guys, y'all do a hell of a job putting on the race. And I just appreciate all y'all and all the Brown family, everything they do. And they do a heck of a job. And I appreciate all the effort they put into it.
There you go. There's Jeffrey Comer, Tricked Out Decals, fast qualifier here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. He is the man that finishes on the podium along with Aaron Ramon and the winner of round number 1, season 3 of South Carolina's PD region driver, Justin Brooks in the 33. And before we let you go, it'll be time to take a look at our Tar River Environmental, yes, sir, moment of the race. Cody, what's your nominations?
I'm getting it set up now. My timing and
Is there just one that stands out, you think, or what?
Yeah, my timing and scoring. from the race. Quote out. So this is going to be the yes sir moment of the race.
The start of the race. Justin Brooks got into the 71 and Jason Woodham. And he still came back to win the race. And by the way, there's the 40 car and others involved. That's Norris, by the way, caused the accident. That's the Tar River Environmental yes sir moment of the race, located in Rocky Mount. Tar River Environmental is a premier provider of professional logging and land clearing, proudly serving communities across North Carolina. Their services are vital for large-scale land development and forestry operations by prioritizing responsible land management. Tar River Environmental helps clients achieve their land use goals while maintaining ecological integrity. Tar River Environmental, yes sir, moment of the race. Thanks to Whiplash Sim Cams for camera sponsors. And Cody, we're going to get on out of here, buddy. Remember, late start time next Sunday night, because I'm announcing the NASRA 1100. We're going live at 8:30, probably green flag 8:45 next Sunday night at Southern National. But the High Banks of Kinley is where we're going to be for round number 2. You're taking tonight.
Yes, sir. And I also want to point out, don't forget tomorrow, Tracy Brown producing, Scott Shives and Emmett Crow. Actually, Scott Shives won't be there tomorrow as well. So it'll be Tracy Brown and Emmett Crow tomorrow night for the FWM ARCA E-Series at Nashville Fairgrounds. So make sure you check out them tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here on Elevated TV.
Tracy, you're going to have him produce and announce tomorrow night? My goodness, you're throwing him to the wolves, aren't you?
No, he's just producing. Tracy only produces for us. Emmett will be by himself commentating. So, but
boy.
yeah, man, this was different. I've never done a late model race at Milwaukee, and it was different. I'm excited. I was excited. It was a good race. Great field of cars. Looking forward to next week to Southern National, where I'll be driving and Tracy Brown will be producing here on Elevated.
I want to send a big thanks to all of the Browns that make it happen for the Leadfoot Racing League. Landon, Lenny, Tracy, all of the sponsors, including Eastern Technical Design, Tricked Out Decals, Blue Line Soft Wash, 213 Simware, W Energy, Community Radio Network, and Tar River Environmental. For all of our amazing crew on Elevated TV and the Community Radio Network, hopefully Jacob Reeves or Scott Shive will be able to join you soon. For Cody Deemers on production and color, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations, South Carolina's Justin Brooks, winner at the Milwaukee Mile. We'll see you next week on the high banks of Southern National. The Leadfoot Racing League, Season 3, just getting started. This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of Elevated Broadcasting. Elevated TV would like to thank all of our fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.